Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name is Andy, Corporate Commander TFW, and I'm joined as ever by the little pot of Citadel miniature scenery adder. It's Mikey G, Wolf V3. Will you be my grass, snow, or rock pile today, Mr. Mikey? What will you be?
Are these drugs?
Is
this euphemisms? Am I being filmed?
You're always being filmed.
You can't prove. I will not admit to anything, sir.
This is being recorded, I can tell you that much.
Whoa!
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Don't worry about it.
What do you mean recorded? What do you mean this is being recorded?
What do you mean the internet?
What? Have you been taping me this whole time?
This entire time for like 6-7 years or something. That's a lot of Mikey.
I am shocked at this invasion of my personal space.
I actually wonder if there's enough audio recordings of both me and you talking for a computer in the future to make a digital AI versions of us, but they would
really
be superior.
Hope not, I would think it's like, what's the worst way to make a version of us?
The podcast.
Take what we said on this show.
Oh no.
Jesus Christ. It'll be a racist, psychotic, anti-feminist, anti-male, anti-life murder machine.
And Mikey.
Yeah, you don't want to know what I'll be like. I'm the guy, like, I'm that guy in that movie who's doing nothing and you know something's about to happen. When the lights go off, and they'll come back on and then everyone's dead.
You're the guy from that Simpsons episode, and Homer's like, oh, what? He's going to do something really cool.
No, you're going inside. Oh, door closes. Ah! Oh, God damn it.
Forgive my disgrace. Accept
No,
my
he's
apologies.
get knocked through the window. Forgiveness, please.
That's it, forgiveness, please.
But he says, he's like 2 foot tall, and he says like, forgiveness, please.
He had a badass
And
voice.
He jumps back out.
Fucking good. How are you doing, though, Mr.
Remember
Mikey?
The Simpsons was funny?
No, it's been a long time.
It has been a long time.
It was like good around season 3 to what, 6?
No, there was still good stuff in 9 and 10.
Was there?
Because 9 and 10, like, you also include like Hank Scorpio in that, and I will hear no bad words about Hank Scorpio.
Scorpio was 9 and 10.
Hank Scorpio's quite late in the game.
Really?
Mm.
I thought he was like season 5 or something.
No, he's later than that.
Wow, okay, yeah, no.
Because he was in the years of we're coming up with everything we can, and so
Right.
like, what if they worked for a supervillain? But it worked.
Yes. No, I would agree that, yeah, okay, totally agree that there was good stuff within the Hank Scorpio.
Also, if anyone corrects me on this, I don't care. But
it was season 1 and you're like, no, it wasn't.
There wasn't that much good in season 1.
No, season 1 was standard.
The most memorable stuff about season 1 is how, like, weirdly dark it was.
Yeah.
Like, hey, that time Homer tried to kill himself.
Yeah, the episode where Bart was super sad that he couldn't pass the 4th grade.
That time Homer thought he'd ingested fugu and was going to die.
Oh, yeah. There was the one where he had an office romance with someone and it nearly broke up the marriage.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, the time that Bart accidentally saw a stripper and he had to be convinced to respect women, despite the fact that his father does not respect women.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah. That was a thing.
So Homer had to teach him to respect women, and then how many seasons later is he not respecting much?
Well, that's not women, that's marriage.
Oh, okay.
He just doesn't respect his wife. He's just abusive, Andy. That doesn't mean he doesn't respect women. That means he does not think of his wife as a person.
That's okay then.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I was going to open with something else before we went off in this ramble, but I had a weird realization during the week.
Okay.
You know when you see people making what are called G1 remarks, and I'm literally doing the air quotes.
Oh, I think I saw you mention this on Twitter this week, didn't you?
Yeah. Because Chris McFeely was posting comments from one of his videos, and one was just like, apparently there's a guy going around, and it's not like I regularly read Chris's stuff in a stalkerish manner. It just, he shows up on my feed and I read what he says because I don't have any friends.
As it should be.
As it should be. And it was like, apparently there's a guy going on basically denying anything that came out after season 3 was Transformers. Or even happened.
Okay.
which got hilarious when he commented on, I think it was a Cyclonus video Chris had posted, and or at least the comment was from one according to what he said, and it was like, oh, Tailgate, don't know who that was, wasn't in Transformers season 1 to 3, ergo he's clearly not a Transformer. And Tailgate's in the opening.
Is he?
Yeah, all the mini-bots are in the opening. They don't last long, they get crushed by Trypticon, but...
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it was apparently the funniest thing was just like afterwards another comment. Season 3 is my favorite of the only 3 seasons of Transformers. And everyone started laughing. But the realization for me was that that's a guy or a girl who's probably mid-30s to mid-40s, who is posting like in the same manner as a teenager. I just told I wasn't a big fan of Steven Universe. Who's then flipping out and saying that I don't know what life is and they're coming for me.
Well, to be fair, though, you don't know what life is.
I don't, but they're not coming for me.
No.
It's just like one of those moments that you're like, well, I've just realized who's saying these things. And it just really hit me that this is an adult with maybe a job and maybe a family.
Yeah.
And and a pet.
Yeah.
Who is going like, no, that cartoon doesn't exist past this thing. And it's just like, oh my god.
It is what it is, you know. There's some fans that take the fandom very, very seriously.
Yeah, probably that fireman who renamed himself Optimus Prime.
Yeah, bless him.
Yeah, that's got to be odd on forums.
A tad. But, Mikey, we're here to talk about Transformers this week, believe it or not.
Are we?
Apparently so. There's not much to talk about, so we may as well get straight into it, as we saw... at first it was possible first looks at the siege leader Optimus Prime, then it was full-on looks, then it was looks at the individual robot mode. So we had stages, as we had a pixelated, slightly blurry image of the Wave 2, the Wave 2 leader, which is Optimus Prime, but he seems to be Galaxy Convoy-ish. Not much talking about the pixeled version, because we had a much better in-hand image version of one. Which I originally thought was a custom, to be honest, and not a good one, but we'll get onto that. And then finally, we had the images of what the individual robot will look like when he's not combined with this stuff. Yeah. So I guess the point to go for straight off the bat, Mikey, is what do you think of Galaxy Convoy, the original toy? How this represents that? Does it look like a good standard figure? You know, your general thoughts on what you're seeing here.
Yeah. Well, the original was the first Transformer I ever bought.
Oh wow, really?
Yep. 2005. No, it's 2006. In Smith's, after 6 weeks of walking past the toy aisle and going like, I could buy a toy. I don't need to. I'm an adult. I could buy a toy. No, I'm just an adult. Buy a toy. Which unfortunately, like movie stuff came after that, and I just bought the entire thing then, and that was a mistake.
Yes.
But, so I had him for 9 years.
You got rid of him?
No, he fell apart, basically.
Oh, no. Really?
Turned out he was accidentally in a damp spot that I didn't realize.
Ooh.
Because we had this, in my old flat, we had a fireplace.
Right. That
wasn't used, so I thought it was a nice display piece to put him in there in the full gear.
Right.
But we had a problem with damp, and it never occurred to me to check the fireplace to see what it was like. So basically, one day all the screws rusted.
Oh god, that sucks.
So,
did you not hear him screaming from the fireplace?
No, because he's a hero. Heroes don't scream.
He endured.
I will last as long as I have to.
Oh god.
But I'd like to pick up a new one at some point, but prices. But yeah, it's a really fun toy. It's not the most posable or the most exciting in some ways.
You mean the original one, yeah?
Yeah, I think it's the best use of the upgrade gimmick we've ever had. It also has a really fun way of integrating that into the vehicle mode. Like, the vehicle mode is fun on that toy. Transformation's a clever thing. It's Cybertron has a lot of good deluxe and Voyager scale toys. But I think he takes the leader class. I think him and Megatron are better than pretty much anything even bigger than them, you know?
I wasn't a big fan of the Galaxy Force Megatron, really. I think it was the messy color. He was a lot better as Galvatron, but I think the problem was he didn't really turn into anything.
No, he turned into the Batmobile.
Yeah, he turned into a Batmobile, and the mess that was the jet mode.
No, he turned into the Batmobile and the Batmobile, but with wings.
Yeah, the one if I was gonna throw some shade at the Galaxy Force figure or the Cybertron figure, I wish that the cab was not fully connected to the truck, so you had that fun turn, so you could have that fun turn as you just playing with it in the vehicle mode. Rather than a big rectangle moving along and you couldn't really turn it smoothly. That would be my only complaint about it. Everything else was really, really solid about it. It was a good figure. I was glad I had it when I did. I sold it because I didn't need it, but it's a good figure that looks really impressive. And when he combined with what was his?
Sonic Bomber?
Yes, Sonic Bomber. Yeah. That was a good upgrade for him as well.
I had the Nemesis Breaker. I didn't have Sonic Bomber.
The Nemesis Breaker was not good.
I had more fun with that toy than I think anyone else I knew.
I hated the general mold for Leo Breaker or whatever he was called, and then just the arm mode was not represented in what the animation was, as he actually had a full-on hand. There's an upgrade kit if you wanted to do one. Make a proper hand for that.
Should have given it away though, because in that scene it just materializes.
It does. It's true. But yeah, I was never a big fan of the arm. I think when he got Sonic Bomber, he became a real top-tier toy, even topper-tier.
Big improvement over the Energon combining gimmick.
Fatimus Prime. Fatimus Power Ranger Prime.
Yeah, because he was best with Wing Saber, and even then, it doesn't compare to just how well it was integrated.
Yeah.
Especially considering you don't do that much with it.
No. The Energon one seemed like a sideways move rather than an upgrade from the Armada one.
Yeah.
Better in some ways, but not as good in other ways as well.
Yeah.
But what do you think of this new one then? How do you think it does representing Galaxy Force Convoy?
I think it looks a little just over the edge of Optimus Prime in cosplay.
Yeah.
Because things like you can see the regular windows under the chest, and
I hope that's due to it not being completely transformed, right? That's what I'm hoping, but
I think it's the angle of the photo, to be honest, and I don't think you're going to get better. But I also kind of it doesn't look like the wings fold back on the head.
No.
And that is one thing I never actually liked, so I always liked that you could fold them back. I like it's a separate head from the main one on the main Voyager toy. But I'm surprised by how well they seem to have pulled this off. Giving him the cannons and actually giving him grips so he can hold them, I thought is cool. The wings and the shoulders, I think, are the ones that are just this is lifted from Galaxy Convoy. Almost perfectly. The feet I think they're just Magnus's feet.
You think
repainted.
So?
Very little done to them, I think.
Okay.
Maybe there's a couple of bits of remolding, but someone who has to can correct me. Overall, he's almost there. He is almost there. I don't like the wrist things at all. I see what they're going for, but it looks incomplete.
Yeah.
But he's solid looking. I hear good things about the Ultra Magnus, the core robot on it, and the people love the gimmick. Again, it has that Galaxy Convoy sort of add-on feel to it. Rather than just hey, I'm wearing another person.
Hey, don't you be dissing Shockwave.
No, Shockwave works because Shockwave is wearing several people.
And they're all
remember,
him.
he must have killed at least 2 other Shockwaves for those arms.
That's right. Have you seen his ship parts combined with the Megatron tank?
No, I've seen them combined with the Optimus, I think.
It turns Megatron into this super powered mega tank thing with a massive turret.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. But I prefer Shockwave to Ultra Magnus.
Yeah.
Way more. I think he looks way better as a toy. But I think this is it's got the right gimmick for it and everything else. I am liking the experimentation going on with the line these days. It's not perfect, but I could see myself picking this up if I had a bit of spare cash and this was on sale or something. I'd probably be more likely to pick up the Voyager though, the standard Voyager, just because from what I see, I may not be crazy about the aesthetic, but the engineering in that thing and the articulation seems a bit nuts for a Voyager scale figure.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
What's your thoughts?
Not great, because I felt it looked like a custom figure. I still feel that. You described it as looking like he's cosplaying, and I would agree with that, and I don't think that's a massive positive. To me, it doesn't look like a massive upgrade to the original toy. It looks like, obviously, it's got some articulation perks from here and there, but not a huge amount. The wings are a lot shorter as well, unless you can fold them out a little bit more, because they had a little bit more to them attached to the little silver parts. There would be a little bit more. Like you said, the wings on the forehead not going back. That's a bit of a shame. It's not a deal breaker, but I don't know. There's just something that's not doing it for me. I think it is the fact that it doesn't feel like a massive boost in quality for it.
Like, do you think it might be one of those ones that might work better in hand for you?
Maybe. I don't think it'll ever be a one that I want to own and buy. But maybe it will work better when I get to see how the engineering actually works on it. Or it might put me off even more.
Or you'll just end up buying the original.
No, because I had it and I sold it, and I was happy I had it and happy I sold it. I'm not a big Autobot person. I don't need them in my collection.
You're not a good person.
That's right. I'm a revolutionist. Decepticons fought for freedom, and then they went a little bit too far.
You were doing well there, guys. You're doing well, and then you just a little bit over the line.
Just a little squeeze over the line. Over the line. The smaller robot mode looks okay, I guess.
Like, I get what they're going. Like, it's got this animated vibe to it, but it's lost a lot of the excitement because we've seen it 1,000 times because it's the design used in the comic. So I've seen that on covers, I've seen that on promo images, and I'm just like, there's no more surprise.
No,
it's the Ultra Magnus in Optimus colors. Cool.
It's got an Optimus Prime head though.
True. Didn't it before?
I don't know. Probably.
Yeah.
Are we assuming that Wave 2 is just going to be Galaxy Force Convoy? Do you think he's going to be coming with someone?
He's got Shockwave is getting a re-release in Wave 2.
Oh, Mikey, you know what they should have done? Repaint. You know
who?
Oh, Mikey, you should know the answer to this.
Go on.
Make him match up with. Well, it wouldn't be it wouldn't match up with the same series, but the same era.
Oh, Jesus.
You can do him into six shot.
Yeah.
Fucking A. That was a fucking good ass. Well, a color scheme I really like because it was super garish.
It made no sense.
Oh, it was
whatsoever.
So good. They were brothers, Mikey. They were brothers.
I'd do it as Shock Blast even with the big green chest.
There's not enough difference because he'd still be primarily purple.
It'd be funny though.
It would be.
It's like, behold his repaint. He's greener.
Shh, go to sleep.
And he's crazy.
Oh, crazier?
No, well, yeah. Well,
he's Vegeta.
A
Vegeta. Best Vegeta. No, so yeah, I would have definitely liked us for that to happen, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
No, but this is saying like there is going to be more to this line than strict. Hey, do you remember G1?
Yeah, well,
between this and the picture of Hound with the wrong head.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of because it's still a base G1 Optimus Prime seemingly, but then it's got this kind of Galaxy Convoy jobbed on the top of him.
But then again, even as a base G1 Optimus, it's at least a stylized Optimus.
Kinda, yeah.
Like, it's not just, hey, do you remember the cartoon model?
Yeah, I wouldn't put much stock in seeing more of these. Like, I think the G1 stuff will still outweigh any other references, but maybe you're right.
I would laugh, though, if there's like 2 waves of nothing but Armada and Energon and... I don't even know. Like, most of them would be repaints, and I don't even know how you do that.
Make a scavenger that's not shit.
Ironhide into Ironhide.
Ironhide? Oh, no.
Yes! With Kicker.
No one liked that Ironhide. He was lame.
No. With Kicker, though. Make the toy better with Kicker.
But no one liked Kicker. No one liked Kicker.
We all loved Kicker.
Are you high?
On life.
Don't lie to me, Mikey. I talked to you offline. That's not true at all. Jesus. Do we have anything else to say on this guy then? Because I don't think so.
No. I want to see more of him. I want to see some in-hand pictures.
Okay, well, let's do a stupid. It'd be nice if and pick a character from Armada, Energon, and Cybertron.
Thunderblast.
Hang on, a Thunderblast from Galaxy Force Cybertron, right?
Thunderblast.
Yep.
Redo Chromia into Thunderblast.
No, but she wouldn't be a boat.
No, but you wouldn't. Andy, she's a stick on wheels. Like, not really hard to say. It's a space boat. Look at Soundwave.
I would also complain at the fact that it would be the fifth potential, sixth use of that mold into
but
a
Andy,
girl.
you haven't let me finish.
Okay.
Which show accurate model?
You just mean the robot part, but without the boat bit on the back, don't you?
No. Accurate to her design in the show.
So you're saying she'd turn into a stick and then she'd have the shell wrap around it to make the boat?
Kind of, but let me read. Accurate to the model they used in the show.
Talking about the nipples.
I'm talking about the gigantic breasts and nipples.
I thought so.
Yeah.
I was trying to avoid that.
Yeah, and like in the show, there needs to be moments where her chest moves up and randomly exposes the nipples.
Oh, God.
They actually modeled that.
So strange.
Like, they're like, oh man, when I saw that the first time, I'm just like, does she have bra? Yes.
Believe it or not, I never noticed it while watching the show. I was pure and innocent. I was not guilty.
I was older. I was just like, there's a lot of downward and upward shots of this robot. Wired? Oh, I get it. So yeah, the Chromia into Thunderblast.
Sure. They can be new molds, by the way. They don't need to be redos.
Okay. I'm an Energon character, Scorponok, if I had to pick a new one.
Okay, yeah.
An Armada. Like, the obvious one is like Armada Starscream, but who would make a good toy?
Starscream with Alexa.
Yeah.
With a little heart symbol background that you can put between them.
Oh, God. You were what's wrong with the world. I brought up robot boobs. You made it weird.
No.
There's only one jet human romance that matters.
No,
those people are raising their dog at the moment.
Mikey, it wasn't me that made it weird. It was YouTube AMVs that made it weird long before me. Back in the day. Yeah. I remember seeing loads of them and being like, what the hell?
You saw the show and just like, oh, right.
I get it.
I get it now. Just because I think it would be interesting to introduce this gimmick. I don't remember his Japanese name, but it was Armada Wheeljack.
Oh, God. What was his name? I don't think I ever knew.
I feel like it's something to do with gears.
And to be honest, I think I know why you want Wheeljack.
Why?
I think you want a shattered glass version of Wheeljack.
You go to hell. You go to hell and you die.
Don't you want a reference to Gridman?
Yes, but
if I was
doing that, I'd want this Optimus repainted and I'd want Megatron repainted.
That's fair.
Like, I don't want, like, even the show acknowledged that no one really thought about him too much.
No. To be fair as well, I suppose if you wanted to do that Wheeljack figure, you could probably get away with just slight remolding the Sideswipe toy. Since he has the big chest anyway.
Just working in that, like, Autobot Decepticon gimmick. Or Tampo effect, you know, with the scar across the Autobot emblem.
Yeah. No, I'd want that to be molded in, to be honest. At least the scar to be molded in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about yourself?
So for Armada, who was... Oh, Sideways.
Yeah, no, that'd be a good one.
Yeah, because I'd like to see the dual headmaster gimmick bike. I thought he was a really neat toy, even though he was... Like, the ideas that they tried with him were really neat, even though he was lacking in elbows, knees. His legs were generally quite poo.
Yeah, it was a fun transformation with a fun gimmick.
Yeah, like, he was a really interesting idea, and one of the better Minicon gimmicks, I guess, in a way.
Yeah.
So for him, Energon, I would like... Who would Energon? I'd actually like Dive Bomb. The bird Terracon thing.
Right. Sorry, I was wondering. I was going like, who?
Yeah, because Dive Bomb was my favorite of the Terracon things, or the bug, whatever he was called. I really like them, so I'd like to see them redone and jazzed up. But I'm not. Maybe I wouldn't because I like those generally just so much on their own. So who could you do who I didn't like? Tidal Wave. Tidal Wave still counts.
Ooh, Tidal Wave always counts.
Energon Tidal Wave because his color scheme in Energon was a lot better.
Was garish.
It was white with translucent green and lightning bolts.
Yep.
It was the best color scheme for him. Like, I say that not ironically, because I liked that the best one. I thought it was proper interesting. And he was a good toy to begin with. And a new tidal wave would be really cool anyway. Can you honestly look me in the eyes, Mikey, and tell me that the cartoon version of Tidal Wave was visually interesting? Black and purple. With a bit of orange.
There is that.
I
like the game one where he's doing all the push-ups.
Yeah, that was weird. He was big in that game as well.
He was massive.
Yeah, he was a level. That was it. I like that game. Had problems, but so that's who I'd choose from Energon, even though it's a bit of a cheat, a bit of a cop out. And Galaxy Force would be who would be Galaxy Force? It would be interesting to see them redo. Is it Menasor?
Oh, the giant planet drill thing.
Yeah, Megalagonians or whatever they're called. You know the one I mean, the bad one who had the drill arms, rather than the Autobot one who was shit, who just had a big dumpster missile launcher.
That was just Metroplex or
Live
Convoy.
Metroplex had the giant axe.
Yeah. Oh, you mean the yeah.
Yeah, there was one that was a big cement mixer.
Quick Mix?
Was that who it was? You're probably right.
Think so.
That sounds generic enough as a title that you could go with. So I'd either go for him or I'd go for Noise Maze. I think I've said Noise Maze before, but I think Noise Maze is a good design. And he's a faceless character, which makes him a bit more unique among the Transformers. Like, he has no mouth, he has no eyes. He's just got a big, like, X on his face or something. And that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see them. I think those be neat ones. Yeah, so Mikey, do you want to tell us about the next bit of news? News?
Such that it is.
Yeah.
Transformers Bumblebee 2? Nah. In the works.
Did you say nah or brah?
Nah.
Okay, you didn't go to in the works, brah.
Bumblebee 2, brah. Brah. According to Deadline, Bumblebee 2 is in the works. Helmed by Travis Knight, the well-received picture reboots the Transformers series with humor and emotional connection that's been fed by great word of mouth. There's a sequel in development. Might that mean a Bumblebee Optimus Prime buddy movie? Before that, there's an animated movie in the works and future iterations of the overall Transformers series that may introduce new characters and bring others along. With Bumblebee, producer Lorenzo de Bonaventura, pretending he still matters, says, we had many objectives, including to bring a new set of families into the series, because everyone left, and that succeeded. In the aftermarkets, that will continue to succeed in a big way. Part of our obligation was to bring people back who had left the franchise or never experienced it, which worked well. I can't tell if this sentence is correctly written. We are finding our way. Our intention was we wanted to please the core fans, but also bring a new... That is literally saying nothing.
Yeah.
That's saying the same thing 4 times.
Hasn't he said it before, like, in every other movie stuff he's talked about in the past?
But also, this does say reboot, and, what does reboot mean?
He doesn't know. No.
So basically, what was already said is being said that if the movie made money, they'd start getting to work on either a sequel or a spin-off. So either we're getting Bumblebee 2, we're getting Optimus Prime, we might be getting an animated film, who knows. Andy, are you excited?
What, the prospect of a Bumblebee 2?
Are you excited in general?
Oh, just in general? No. Never just in general.
No. Listen, Bumblebee 2 could be terrible.
It could. It could easily be terrible.
Whether you liked or hated the first movie, sequels, they struggle sometimes to meet your expectations.
Agreed. I'm not sure how a buddy cop movie would work or a buddy movie between Prime and Bumblebee would go. As you know, Mikey, Optimus Prime is perfect. He doesn't.
No, he never does anything wrong. He has no problems. He has no worries. Everything's fine. Him murdering everyone was fine. There's never been an iteration of Optimus Prime who made a mistake.
Nope.
It said so. Lorenzo said so. Transformers scholar Lorenzo de Bonaventura said so. It must be true.
That's right.
Sort of moving on from that, this is a weird story. Because Transformers won't be like his business, says Travis Knight. Speaking to Polygon, Travis Knight stated he wants to keep his studio and Transformers franchise separately. And he's unsure if he will return to do Bumblebee 2, which is interesting because he's already said he might not come back. But this is actually being more positive, so who knows? It was such a huge thrill for me to bring those characters that I've loved since I was a kid to life in the way that I've always wanted to see them on the big screen. Bumblebee devotes most of the adventure to being Charlie warding off the Decepticons on Earth, but the opening is Energon Ecstasy.
Hang on, did you say Charlie warding off Decepticons on Earth? Is she got like a gun and she's just randomly firing into the air screaming?
Just shooting cars. No, she just shoots cars that she drives by.
Oh god. Oh god.
Yeah. They're everywhere!
That would scar you, I suppose. That would put you on edge. Like every vehicle you see would freak out about.
You do nothing but slash tires. They'll never catch me. They can transform. Oh god, I didn't think it through.
What happens to a transformer if you slash the tire?
Probably, well, if it's knockout, you ain't doing it twice.
No, it's true.
But yeah, so he was giddy to include the G1 scene, and if he was going to go to Cybertron, he was going to pepper it with things that made the characters what he'd always liked about them. He said it's unclear if he'll return for a second Bumblebee movie, or if the Transformers will take a new direction altogether. This is just talking about the other stuff. But then he said one thing he's firm about: he won't be bringing Transformers franchise through Leica's doors. Everything that I've done at Leica reflects a certain philosophy of filmmaking philosophy. What? I feel that's a misquote.
Why is that, Mikey?
Because he said literally the same thing twice. I don't see that fundamental thing changing moving forward. Mm-hmm. He says that he loves the variety of Leica's no limits approach has to offer. He loves tapping into different genres and trying to apply our prism to the world. There's a new Leica movie coming out, actually. So he doesn't see a Transformers movie or any other major IP as being part of the future. The studio's next film, Missing Link, is due to spring, the adventure film that whisks us away to Shangri-La and centers on a Bigfoot-like creature.
Yeah, I saw the... I'm not sure I'm interested in that.
I'll wait for the reviews.
Yeah.
Leica's yet to actually fail me, so I'll wait for the reviews.
No, that's true.
So he loves Transformers, but it's only one gear under his hood. I'm excited to tell an interesting new and original story at my animation house to the extent that you channel things that you love from your childhood loves. Okay.
What?
And obsessions into what we do. I think that's part of everything that we do. Okay, either Travis Knight cannot speak to save his life, or there is some bad editing going on here. But anyway, so this means, Andy, that a stop-motion film company that exclusively does stop-motion, features no other method of animation that we're aware of,
yes,
will not be doing a Transformers stop-motion film.
Yeah. That's a shame. I'd like to see a stop-action film by them. That'd be really interesting. I
think it would be cool, but I just could never think of a scenario it would ever happen.
No, because it's got to be live action to make money.
No, Andy, it has to be 3D photorealistic. It's not animated, it's 3D photorealistic.
That's right, yeah. I wonder if they'll, for the animated movie on Cybertron, if they'll say that. If they'll say, no, it's live action. It's
live action. No, guys, no. See, this isn't animation. Animation doesn't make money. No. Yeah, do you want to take on the con news just to wrap us up?
Yeah.
No other news?
No, I'm trying to think if there's anything else worth mentioning about that. I mean, I wouldn't mind Travis Knight doing another Transformers movie. You know?
I'd be happy to keep him around, but I don't want the guy to feel like I don't want us to get into the same problem we had before, which is the one-man vision.
But you know what the worry is?
Mm-hmm.
You go from a movie that has done fairly well and you give it to somebody else and you have no idea if that person's going to do good, better, worse.
True.
And it's always that like, oh god, they could just get someone cheaper, someone tacky. Like
it's one of the things that is, in my opinion, advantageous about doing cinematic universes.
Mm-hmm.
It's that it's not one story anymore.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about, like, okay, this movie was terrible. Oh god, it fucks up our entire timeline. No, this is just one story in your corner of your universe. It's fine.
Yeah, just play it smart and don't link them at first too heavily together.
Yeah.
Like if they say like Zack Snyder's doing the movie, I'll be very very worried.
Just run.
I'd also be a bit concerned if Whedon did a Transformers movie, to be honest.
Also run.
Yeah. I don't know.
I want to see RC. I want to see RC the movie. I've decided that. And I realize that they won't be able to translate it 100%.
Mm-hmm.
But if we could have an RC who really wants to stab everyone, I would be happy. Because I will accept her murdering people over Optimus Prime doing it. I want that movie.
I still want to see a Megatron movie where it's him becoming the villain.
Yeah, like Transformers, it's one of the only franchises where the villains are loved as much as the heroes, like, consistently.
Yeah.
Take advantage of that. Give us some bad guy movies.
Yep, and you could also show the faults in the heroes as well. You could have Prime the bad cop.
Yeah. Like their perspectives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'd be nice. I'm not sure if they'd want to go into that much kind of thought process with Optimus Prime to make the kids think, oh man, Optimus Prime isn't a good guy. He's a cop beating up people who didn't deserve it. He kicked a cat in the face. Maybe they don't want to go into that much like thought.
Outback the movie.
Yeah. Oh dear.
It's like Training Day, except it's like Optimus in a ride along with Outback.
That would actually really be an interesting and that's a good analogy because that would work. Yeah.
I'd watch that in a heartbeat.
But the problem is, like, Optimus Prime eventually would come out the other end as a bad cop.
Yeah,
because he's getting sick of the Decepticon shit.
Yeah. Advantage of an extended universe. Now, in other movies, you've set up that these guys are not fun people.
Yeah.
And then you say, like, what happens when a good man is pushed too far?
Yep. Then he finds a righteous cause or something.
Yep.
Last bit of news, I suppose, for this week is TFCon has another guest coming, surprisingly.
Yay.
Yay, indeed. We have Eric Siebenale. Is that right? Did I do that right?
I believe so.
Yay. Maybe. If I didn't get it right, my bad. Mikey's a bad person too because he said wrong things. If I'm going under the train, Mikey, you're coming with me.
Thanks.
No problem. They're to attend TFCon LA, unsurprisingly, which, again, for those not aware, is March 15th to the 17th. I guess that's when the big bits of news are going to hit, for the most part. And he, for those not aware, is the Transformers Senior Product Designer. Does it say when he was... No. Does it say when he was a product designer?
We don't have an exact year, but we can kind of guess, given
it
what
seems
he's associated with.
Yeah, he's largely associated with Transformers Animated and all that kind of stuff.
So would have been minimum mid-2006, 2007.
Yeah. So that was an interesting time, because that's when Transformers got a kick up the arse and got really big. Because the movie animated stuff was around there, the classics line kind of kicked off around then.
So he must have come in post Aaron Archer.
You would have thought so. Yeah. Interesting.
But remember, these things have like 2 years development cycles as well, and that's why I'm pushing it back as far as I do. I know what year Animated came out.
No, yeah, I think that's that makes sense. That makes sense, Mr. Mikey. I don't think we've got anything else. I think that's all of our news.
I can tell you, Flame Toys Star Saber pre-orders are up, and I'm already tired of the Action Master comments.
Okay, are they still coming?
They're getting worse. In fact.
That's sad.
But yeah, he's $400, but my God, he's gorgeous. Also, tired of the Gundam comments. Not a Gundam either.
No. Does have some Gundam aesthetics about him, but...
As does most 80s mecha.
Yes. Shockingly.
Even Gunbuster has Gundam aesthetics.
Yeah. I mean, shockingly, Gundam's a pretty big deal in the place where those designs were made.
Yeah. They put a statue of him outside a hotel.
Yeah.
It's pretty big.
Yeah. No, it's outside of it's not a hotel, it's
the Gundam, is it the Gundam shop or the Gundam museum?
Yeah, it's I think it might be both. I think it's both a museum and a shop.
Have you seen footage from inside that shop?
I don't, maybe I have. There are lots of glass cabinets I've seen.
It's insane.
I know they replaced the RX-78 with the Unicorn.
Oh.
The Unicorn's neat.
It's neat, but I wouldn't say it has that. Like,
it also
78
transforms.
Makes sense to have in front.
Yes.
I'm not, like, that's like telling me you brought in Wing Zero. It's just like, okay, more recent, but no.
Yeah.
Like, Master Asia, yes.
Oh, man. But that would be amazing.
Master Gundam, definitely. But Unicorn, no. Sorry, no. It's like, if you're going to have something like, this is Gundam, use the historical one. You know?
I mean, it's the most famous one. It's the most recognizable.
It is the Gundam.
Yes.
Right.
Like
yeah. But, yeah, that's news.
That's the news. Mikey, have you read Chris McFeely's comic? I know that it's not the comic show, but I'm just asking for myself.
I have glanced through it.
Okay.
I do have it. I got it to sort of support the brand. Transformers Historia, for anyone that doesn't know, came out this week. It's essentially a more competently done Transformers Continuum.
Okay. How many pages is it? Is it big or not?
Oh, gee, it's big enough. The problem is, for me, very little reason actually to own it.
Right, yeah, because you're a nerd.
Not just that, like, if anyone's even got a passing experience of these books, there's no reason to own this.
Right. So it's very shallow.
It's a literal play. Like, there's a few retcons being sneaked in there as well.
Right.
But it's just basically this is what happened in the Transformers universe in the IDW stories.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. I was just wondering. I was interested to hear what it, because I knew it was kind of a roundup of what
but
the
there's
IDW
no new
stuff
material
was.
of any import.
Right.
Which I think is a shame in a way, because I think I would have included it at least a little prose story or something.
That'd be nice, like maybe a text adventure story thing.
Yeah. But this is basically, here's the IDW universe. Here's the start. It's a weird thing for me because I'm not sure who it's aimed at. So I'm not criticizing the book because it does what it does and it does it very well. But I'm just most of the people who are buying this are probably people who have read the series already. Yeah. So it does some stuff that if I was a new reader, I would not give this to them. Because it reveals stuff like Onyx, it reveals stuff like the Dead Universe and Unicron and blah blah. Which is, like, when people tell me that with Kamen Rider, if I want to introduce people, I'll show them Kamen Rider Decade. I have a real issue with that because Decade spoils major plot points from literally every series it references.
Okay.
Like, everyone goes you're just mad about Chalice. Not the point.
I mean, you are.
It's kind of the point, but it's not the point. Like, these are, like, if someone said, I'll show you this, I'll show you Geo, it'll show you what Gaim's like. And it spoils the entire ending of Gaim.
Oh, does it? Oh no, I suppose yeah. I haven't seen the show, but the whole God stuff.
Yeah, so I would just never say what. Like, I would say an introductory series has to be something that gives you the vibe. It doesn't give you the rundown. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, I would say, I'd honestly say try something like the Asians or All Hail Megatron as an introduction to the IDW stuff. If you're not just going to jump straight into Phase 2. So it's a weird thing. It's a compendium. I think there is an audience out there, but I'm not really sure what it is.
Fair play.
Like, not having, I think it's actually very well put together. I think Chris did a great job with what he was, with his sort of remit. I just wonder at what the remit is for.
Right.
Because there are no, it's not like Continuum where the idea was catch up people who've never read any books so they can be caught up when they move forward, and then they fucked it up. Just like, catch up in this universe that we're not doing anymore. And it won't help you in March when the new book starts.
No, that's true, I suppose. Well, I guess, Mikey, we'll move on to what you done this week for fun. What's the Mikey's things of choice been this week?
Ooh, let's see. Right, so new anime. Tried an episode of a new anime anyway. Haven't really gotten into the new season in any great way. I will.
Is the new season on now? Like, I was talking naturally with Jai about this, and Dave's like, I don't know when the fucking new season starts.
We're in the second week. I think we're in the second week.
Okay, has there been a lot of new animes then kicking off?
Loads, but I haven't really gone through. There's some that look quite interesting.
All right.
When I basically get the energy, I'll look into it. What I watched was, I mentioned it to you, The Promised Neverland.
Oh, yes.
So this is a horror anime. Can't really give any details without spoiling it. It's about children in an orphanage, and like sinister undertones.
As soon as you say that, I remember hearing, I'm sure about the manga last year
popular.
Or something.
The manga's popular from what I understand. It's people basically say it came in sort of the post Made in Abyss hype.
From the sounds of what the premise is, yes, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I hear it's for everyone. I hear it's for the kids.
Yes, it is very child friendly, especially, or it's very adult friendly. If you like children, you'll love this. I'd also recommend watching When They Cry. Any of those, really.
Yes.
And Made in Abyss, definitely, like, happy children's stories.
No problems.
I don't know what I think about this one.
How many episodes have you seen then?
Just the one.
Just the one. Okay, so it's still too early to tell, I guess.
That's the thing. So, it plays up the cute.
Mm-hmm.
Far too much for an episode 1.
Right.
And then at the end, it's like, oh, horror. And I think it either bit off more than it could chew, or it is not aware of effective structure. What it did basically was take something and make it not disturbing and unnerving, but just unpleasant.
Right.
Because they were playing, like, they play up the, oh my god, this is adorable. They ride that horse into the ground. And then they drug the horse and make it ride further. With one character in specific. And then they add, horror. But it's not effective. I'm not familiar with the world. I'm not familiar with the characters enough. I care about, you're forcing me to care about a character just on the basis of, look at our art style, look at how adorable this person is. It's artificial, very artificial manipulation of your emotions at this stage.
Okay.
I know people rave about the manga, but people rave about Attack on Titan. Which they don't seem to do anymore, you know?
No, I mean, I think that's waned.
Everything wanes. He is in all things. I'm not like it's fairly competently written. I'm just like, when I compare it to, so the big two to compare it to, because they're dealing with children in horrific situations, are Made in Abyss and Higurashi, or When They Cry, whichever one you want to call it, When the Cicadas Cry. And both of those series take time to build up the world, do world building, invest you in the characters on some level, and both do it in relatively short periods of time. And there's escalation as they go, like, okay, normal life, something's off here. Next episode, okay, it's more off. Next episode, okay.
I'm pretty sure in the first episode of Higurashi, shit goes down right at the end of the episode.
Not the shittiest shit, though.
Well,
like, this is like, okay, everything's normal, and suddenly, like, oh, this is a horror.
Yeah.
Because you can pick up Higurashi without ever realizing it's a horror. You can't pick up this show without ever realizing it, because everything you find will have on the genre tags horror. So I'm never at a point where I'm investing in the world, or like Made in Abyss, which spent a long time building up the characters and slowly ramping up the tension, so that when it crossed that line, you were so invested in the world, it's disturbing. And it's disturbing because you care about these characters, and it's unnerving, but you're invested in the world, and if you can get past that holy crap point, you can watch the show.
Right.
I'm not invested in these characters. You're just basically, you're pulling a bit of a saw on me. Like, hey, slasher. Well, it's not super violent, but it's just like, okay, it just felt artificial. What I'm going to do, I'm going to let this one build up. I'm going to wait until there's 4 or 5 episodes to watch, and then sit down, because I don't want to be like saying like, I'm not giving it a chance. And with those kind of shows, I do find watching them week by week makes them less good. So I want to see if giving it a few episodes build up works. I'd also say absolutely, if Made in Abyss or When Cicadas Cry or Fate Zero or whichever one of those ones has children in it and nothing good happens to them, if that is something you have a serious problem with, and that's not me criticizing you on any level on that, do not watch this show. Just don't assume it's going to be something you're going to have a problem with.
Yeah.
Is what I'd say. Like, it's like when you see Garner Rabachi on a writing credit. You just know.
Something's going to go bad.
You just know. Apparently he started trying to like sneak his name out of writing credits now because people... So that he wants to be on shows and they're like, oh, you thought this was fun.
That makes sense. Like, that's a good idea.
He wanted to do that for Madoka, but he couldn't actually pull it.
That's a shame. I can understand why he'd want to, because it is kind of, as soon as, like you say, as soon as you see his name, you kind of go, okay, I have a feeling I know what's going to happen.
I trust nothing.
Yeah. Sadness is, it's on the way.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see with that one. We'll see. Apart from that, caught up in the Geo again. It was 1 or 2 episodes. Introducing the new writer. Again, super spoilers, so I won't go into him. Something I'm kind of liking, like Geo is classic watches. Gates is digital watches. This guy is smart watches.
Okay.
So I like that theme. We're introducing multiple timelines. We're not sure where the show is going anymore, and I think that's good. It's using time travel effectively now. The characters are still... and they pulled something big in episode 16, and it's really odd that it's not getting more of a touch at the moment. In my opinion. But the new writer, his gimmick is a bit much for my taste. The music and everything else, it's way too pop-pop.
I've seen a lot of people
he's-
pretty fucking psyched about it.
A lot of people have different music tastes than I do.
Mikey's a classical kind of guy.
Oh yeah, I'm all for that classical headbanger.
Yeah.
Hair metal or not now.
Beethoven and nothing.
Yeah, the design is pretty neat. I like the design. Actually, the designs in this show are just good. And the another writer for that he shows up with, another Shinobi. Oh, it's a good design.
Yeah.
It's a good design. I love these another writers. Love their designs. Odd thing, haven't seen Decade in a few episodes.
Oh, okay.
He's kind of disappeared into the background.
I'm
so
sure he's lurking.
Oh yeah, well, like he has a plan. And I never thought the day would come where I'd be like, I wonder where Decade is. Is he coming back soon? You know, worlds change, Andy. Worlds change.
When things are written well, it's surprising what can happen.
Yeah, and I'm glad this show has picked up a bit. I am glad this show has picked up a bit. They've already gotten the promo stuff for the Ryuki episode, and it looks like they're taking it down a very interesting angle.
Okay.
If they play it right.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a massive spoiler, so I'm not going to ruin it, but it's an interesting angle. Apart from that, big one for this week. Ruby, Volume 6, Episode 12 aired. This is the best animated show available at the moment. Don't care about Young Justice. Don't care about...
Have you seen Young Justice?
Yes.
Oh, how is
it's
that?
Young
I'll
It's
ask
Young
you about
Justice.
that once you're done.
It's Young Justice-y.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm not invested. I watched
basically, it's not for you and me then, basically, because
I watched
weren't a
some
big
clips.
fan.
I watched some clips, basically,
Mhm.
and I was just like, I'm not seeing anything new to draw me in.
Mm.
And I'm not going to sit down and watch the whole show unless I really should at some point rewatch the original shows and see if I get more into it, but I gave up on Young Justice, 7, 8 episodes in?
Yeah, something like that.
So I'm just like, I watched some clips and just like, okay, it's the same show, which is, like, for the people who missed it, phenomenal. But Ruby, best show, animated show, also the best use of a web series on a limited time scale. Kicks Mission of his ass. Who apparently are after being bought up and all their assets have been taken off YouTube.
Yeah, I heard that. That's a bit shitty. Not surprising, though.
Don't know if it affects Transformers.
I'm not too fussed if it does, because the Machinima series was kind of blech.
And I hear the company is quite poor.
In
But
terms
yeah,
of
so...
customer service, do you mean just as in business, money kind of thing?
Their business, that really dodgy business practices.
Yeah.
Like, would get people to sign up to contracts about, you know, hey, we could be your middleman for your YouTube channel.
For 40%,
and then it turned out they
not do anything.
Yeah, but then they also included, like, clauses like lifetime,
Yeah.
non-negotiable for life.
Woof.
So as long as you were using that YouTube identity, which means you'd have to start a new one, which means the base have to start from scratch if you wanted to get out of contracts with them.
Woof.
But yeah, it was a really good episode. I am loving this season. Also never engaged with Ruby fandom on any level for any reason. Don't do it. It's suicide. It's like shooting yourself in the head with a cannon.
Oh dear.
But this episode, it's continuing on a big mech fight, basically, which is resolved in a really cool way. There's good character stuff. There's also a big fight involving Yang and Blake. I almost forgot her name there. That's very bad. That's been going on as well for a couple of episodes. It's resolved. It's resolved in a way that I can see why they decided to leave YouTube. Apart from finances, you could not resolve that on YouTube that way at all. It's just really satisfying. It's very interesting. Like, the psychology of this whole season has been great. But hey, let's look at people in abusive relationships.
Yay!
Yay, but with violence.
Yay!
And we're supporting the violence this time.
What?
Well, they're punching the person who was violent. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
But no, really good. It's also like, hey, PTSD. But I'm loving the show. The animation has come on in leaps and bounds. It's still limited because, you know, they can only do so much, but I think there's one more episode in this season, but they're also starting their new show, their mecha show, with David Tennant, which surprised me. Genlock, that's starting next week, the week after, so it's the same creative team, so I am expecting some things. Don't fuck it up, guys. But no, like, Ruby, really, 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 really good show.
Good.
Kind of kicks the shit out of everything else everyone's yapping about. Especially if you just... I just know. I'd have to spoil a bunch of stuff, and it's like, if you can go into this as blank as you can, there's some good shit.
To be fair, I don't see a lot of people yakking about Western media anyway, for the most part.
you see them talk about him for like 3 weeks, and then they all shut up about it again, and they all just retreat into the fandoms and become kind of toxic. Because I find the online fandoms that have risen around stuff like She-Ra, Dragon Prince, Voltron, any of the Cartoon Network stuff is largely unpleasant to try and engage with on any level if you're not completely 100% on board with everything they say.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, I like She-Ra. I thought it was a good show. I think they could have done a lot more with the two princesses who never did anything until the end when they suddenly mattered. And I said that online once, and I didn't say it to anyone, but people were not happy with me. Someone was not happy. It's just like, oh, so it's like, I just thought, why not do something with them?
Mm-hmm.
They're your gay couple. Do something with them. They have cool powers. One of them's called Spinnerella. That's a stupid name. I want to see more of her. But yeah, the only other thing of note, well, I did get my Ferrari model kit Nemesis Prime, but I have not opened it and I have not tried to build it because I am going to probably pick up some paints and have a go at painting this one.
Oh my god.
So I need to basically do some research, one, into what paints to get, and two, how do you paint a model kit? Because I've never done either of those things.
You need a base
just because
for
there's
the primer, and then you can go
from
in.
what I've seen, he has quite a few stickers in small places, and I'm just like, that might be a bit with my bad habits with stickers.
What, eating them?
Yeah, it's just like, they'll stick to my insides. The only other thing is Aquaman, which I saw midweek. It is the best DC movie. It is by far the most comic book movie that's not Spider-Verse. Certainly the most comic book live action movie I think ever.
Is that a plus or a negative?
It is.
Or
It's
is
fun.
it just a statement?
It's fun. It's fun. It is a fun movie.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not a good movie.
Okay.
What I mean is it's very average in terms of the actual thing. There's some dodgy performances in there. Jason Momoa does fine, just because he's basically playing Jason Momoa, which is kind of like, Jason Momoa is the guy who's taking the piss out of you for being a nerd while constantly buying you drinks.
Right.
And like constantly slapping you in the back of the thing, like, play with your fucking toys. What are you drinking? You're drinking that? All right. And he's just like with you the whole night. And he's just like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm drunk, so I'm happy. This movie is that movie as well. It's just like, you're a fucking comic book nerd. Sit there. You'll be paying for nothing tonight. Fucking nerd. You're paying for nothing tonight, sir. The actual overall writing of the plot is a bit up and down. The villains are very comic booky. They did Black Manta. They even included Black Manta's giant stupid head.
Yeah.
Like, this looked into every weird thing in the Aquaman mythos, and there's a lot of weird in Aquaman.
Oh, I'm sure.
And it basically like was constantly confronted with it, and we're just like, we could do that. We could do that. We could do that. We could do that. Oh, we could definitely do that. So, like, they didn't really turn anything aside. They had the full costume in actual colorful colors. No muted colors on the costume.
That's good.
And it's, this is a real popcorn movie. This is a movie you go in and just sit back and just like, it's fun, the action's competently done, the visuals are crazy and in your face. There's a basic plot here. They're playing a little bit. It's fairly humorous. It's not laugh out loud, but it's fun. It's an enjoyable little sit down in a cinema. And I think for a DC movie, I think that's a big thing. Because Wonder Woman was your best before. I think this is better than Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman your best beforehand, and that had a shoddy end. This end is actually pretty epic. Yeah. It also appeals to a certain thing that's quite big in my esteem. But I won't spoil that. Julie Andrews is in it, weirdly, in a very odd role for Julie Andrews.
Okay.
But one thing, like, they have the monster, the trench they're called. And they did a scene and they're on a boat and they jump out of the boat and I'm just like, oh wow, wouldn't it be cool if they did this? And then suddenly the movie shifts and just like, oh shit, they're doing it. And it went full horror for like 2 minutes. Yeah. Like, really good framing of the theme, really good use of horror imagery. And then I looked up the director and it's the guy behind all the Saws. Like, who apparently signed up for this movie purely because he wanted to do something a bit more fun. Right. But I just feel like, we're going to include these monsters. I could do something horror with it. Well, what we were thinking, maybe a bit more light action. I've already planned it out and storyboarded it. It's too late. I've filmed it. It's fine. But no, I'd honestly say give it a go. Whether it's rental or Netflix or cinema or whatever. give it a go. I think it's worth seeing. I think it's a fun little movie. It doesn't give you hope for the DC movies, but it does show that at the very base level, they can be early to, post Iron Man Marvel.
Right.
They don't have to be whatever the fuck that was. So it takes a lot of lessons learned from Wonder Woman and then ramps it up. The one thing that I got pissed about, though, I went into the cinema and it opened up with its opening narration and there was like, oh, sweeping music. I was just like, it's kind of nice to be in a cinema and see a film that's not riding the 80s train. You know? It's nice. And then the music started up and when they went into Atlantis, I was just like, oh no. So much 80s synth.
So
much.
Your hope was dashed quite quickly.
Not only that, they fucking do a Tron scene.
Oh, okay.
Like, that is a scene that if it's not lifted from Tron, but someone was watching Tron when they were planning it out. Like, I was just staring at her just like, what? Like, we get it. Stranger Things and Thor Ragnarok were popular. There were other eras in the world's history, guys.
Nostalgia's popular and it sells, though.
Yeah, but other things. Other 90s nostalgia I'd take. I'd take 70s nostalgia, just not the bloody synth music again.
But safety, Mikey. The safe box.
No, this is not a safe movie. In many ways, this is the riskiest movie DC did since Suicide Squad, except it worked. It's not $1 billion movie in terms of what it should be earning, and it is objectively worse than Bumblebee. Like, as much as you can be objective about a film. But it's a fun little romp. And I honestly say it's nice to have a DC movie that does not, for a moment, take itself seriously. It's just like, we're doing silly things, we're not laughing at the silly things, but there are silly things are in this movie, and we're all having fun. You know? Also, my god, the body count. But, yeah, so that was me, Andy. What about you?
What did I do this week? Poopcast. I released the retrospective that you did, part 3. It's up on
good.
Patreon. It
Nice.
shall be up for everybody probably next Saturday, I think, because I put it up this Saturday for the Patreon people, so that'll be happening then. I also have been doing a lot of painting for some of my Warhammer Age of Sigmar ghosties, so that took up a lump of time this week, making sure they looked neat, or as nice as I can make them, which isn't great, but it's okay. What else did I do? The beta opened for Battlefleet Gothic 2, so I've been playing a bit of the beta for that, and that's really good. They have upped their game tremendously from the first Battlefleet Gothic Armada, which is really good. The production value on the story sequences is miles better than what it was before. The prologue itself was incredible. Like, it showed the fall of a planet called Cadia, and it went all actiony, and it just blew my mind. I was like, wow, they cared. One thing that it seems they've taken out leveling up in a sense, which I'm a little bit disappointed by, because I kind of like that kind of process of leveling up, getting skills and stuff. But we'll wait and see. It's out on the 24th, I think it is, so it's out soon. So even though the beta's running until the game comes out, and then it's just a full release at that point. So I'm not sure how much of a beta it is versus how much of a full game it is, just early release. I think you can go through a certain amount of 2 of the campaigns, at least. The 3rd campaign isn't open. I imagine you can go through some way through it, and then it'll stop, but I don't know how far through either of them you can go. But the multiplayer seems to be fully open at the moment. But no, it's enjoyable. What else did I get up to? I haven't finished Azumanga Daioh. I haven't finished that yet, but I've nearly finished it. I decided to take a break because there was, like, I enjoy the show quite a lot, but it's very slow.
Yes,
and not a lot happens because it's not that kind of show. And watching, I think, actually, you know how I usually go, I don't like shows week by week. This is actually a show that works well week by week. Because there's no, like, long-term story investment. So you can just kind of dip in, watch an episode or 2, then kind of go back out, then dip in whenever you like. So I dipped out of that, and I started watching Tenchi Shitara Date Ken, which is That Time I Was Turned Into a Slime.
Ah, yes.
Obviously. So I jumped through a few episodes of that, and that is fun. That is some good, harmless fun. It is like, it's over. You've seen Overlord, haven't you, Mikey?
Yes.
Now,
bits and pieces of it.
Imagine Overlord, but not as we would probably say bad.
Yeah, that's a good way of imagining things.
Yeah. Because, like, the main character is ridiculously overpowered. Ridiculously overpowered. He's playing on God mode. But,
oh, no.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
God mode.
Oh, yeah. Like he can do mimic, so he just eats people because he's a slime, and then he can mimic their abilities. And he basically starts off in a place where he can, like, eat a load of super high level potions and ores and stuff. So he's just like he has the easiest time. And going from the goblins from Goblin Slayer to the goblins in this show, they're very different. They're very different. It's strange though, because in this show they play monsters off to not be that aggressive. Like they're very amicable if you talk to them for a bit. Which is kind of strange because this is meant to be a video game kind of world, seemingly, because you
where
can...
monsters are always evil.
Yeah, you would have thought so, but the goblins are, you can talk to them quite easily, and there's no real fuss. And it is like the thing that the big disconnect for me is talking to your skill thing, so it explains things. So you go, oh, what does this skill do? And they use the term skill as well. And they even say, like, you have a certain allotment of magic points or magics, whatever they call it, per day. So it is very much a video gamey thing. But it's enjoyable. I'm going to hit a wall at some point because it hasn't finished just yet. It's only up to, like, episode 15 currently. But it's currently a fun little romp. I'm enjoying my time going through it. And I went to see Bumblebee today, because I needed something to talk about for the show today. So I saw that, and it wasn't too bad. I'm not nearly as blown away by as a load of people seem to be, but I was like, no, this is enjoyable. Blitzwing isn't Blitzwing, and the reason I say that is because he's never named in the movie. He's only because I asked you as well, because I came home and I sent you a message saying, Did they even say Blitzwing's name? Did they even say Shatter or Dropkick's name? And you were like, no. I was like, oh, okay.
No, I don't. The only Decepticon who gets named is Ravage.
Did Soundwave not even get a name drop?
No, the Soundwave, Shockwave, and Starscream don't get name drops, and then but we do get Ravage eject.
Yeah.
So the three big guys don't get name drops, but the cat does.
And it's weird because Cliffjumper clearly calls himself out. I don't know. I don't know. No, I found it enjoyable. There was maybe a little bit too much Charlie and her stuff going on, but that's the kind of story that they were going for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had a way better feel. Like, everybody says it's the best Transformers movie. I say that's not a high bar. I still continue to say that's not a high bar. I think it's difficult to do a Transformers movie in the sense of you're trying to characterize a lot of different people or a lot of different Transformer characters, which is why arguably the best one in terms of maybe not setup, but investment is the G1, because you know all, like, it's unlikely you go to the G1 movie blind.
Yeah, I don't even.
You can, but it's very unlikely.
I think I did, but I was like,
really?
I was like 15, and I knew who the Dinobots were.
And you've never seen the
G1
G1 cartoon at all?
No, it wasn't really on any of the channels I was watching.
Oh wow, okay.
I remember I had seen 2 episodes. I had seen Dinobot Island because it was on a video shop shelf, so it had dinosaurs, so I rented it.
Was this not on the library bus that came around every now and again to gift you a video or two?
No, that just dropped off horrific movies like Plague Dogs
and Watership Down.
And Watership Down at 11 more time. The happy animation.
Get your kids being in school and believing in God.
Hey, American Tail, 5-0 goes west with the Russians.
No. Yeah. Oh dear.
Happy, happy, happy.
Oof.
Happy.
Lou Scheimer.
It's the fact my parents would sit down and watch those with me and then say, "Did you enjoy that?"
They were building character in you, Mikey. That's what it was.
What What did they do to Big Wig?
Made him better.
And you know what's weird?
Mm?
E.T.'s the one that freaked me out.
Is it because E.T.'s just a creepy design?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't watch E.T. Or I couldn't then. I won't watch it now. It freaked me out when a child. I actually said I had enough and I left the room. Because he's weird.
He is quite an unpleasant creature to look at, and the way he acts is quite disconcerting.
Like, I don't want that in my wardrobe.
No.
I don't want that touching my toys.
Lusted after the mum as well, which was weird. A little bit.
Yep.
That was odd. But Bumblebee!
Probe.
But Bumblebee. Yeah, definitely an enjoyable movie. There are certainly things that I wasn't super fussed on about it, but it's a better starting off point than we've had for a while.
I think it's when Transformers made a comic book movie. Would be how I describe Bumblebee. Because what they've been doing up until now is approaching what should be a comic book movie in the same mentality they did in like the late 90s, very early 2000s.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. No regard, just a big spectacle, nothing to it.
Yeah.
Garbage for your brain.
Like you don't want to take any of this seriously, do you?
Yeah.
Did you have the freak out for the Cybertron stuff, or did you just
really.
sort of sit back and take it?
Not really, because it's only about, like, in the entire movie, 6 minutes. That's it. You have about 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes for the first part, and then you get, like...
The same again.
Yeah, the same again, but less. It's not... I don't think it's even 2 minutes. But it was nice, it was neat. You know what the problem is, Mikey? My expectations for what a war for Cybertron should look like have been kind of ruined. You know what it was ruined by?
What?
Fall of Cybertron.
There is that.
Like, that beginning sequence for Fall of Cybertron. Like, maybe that's what it was. The music didn't hit me super hard for the beginning thing. Like,
yeah. The music is not great.
No, they super heavily rely on 80s nostalgia. Super, like, we were just talking about that for you were talking about that for Aquaman. My God, it was like every other time a song came. Well, if it was every other moment there was a silent time, it's like get a song on.
Yeah,
like wow. There are a lot of things I'm like, oh yeah, I like these.
And it means that they don't have their soundtrack itself, the actual movie soundtrack, gets very much lost, and I can't think of any of like the orchestral pieces that stuck with me.
Not at all. But when I say, Mikey, do you remember the intro to Fall of Cybertron? Do you remember the music to that?
Oh my God, I have that on my playlist.
It's so, yeah, like that shit is that makes it's all visually really good, but the music makes it hit so much harder. And maybe that's why the Cybertron stuff didn't, because it didn't have to. At least I didn't hear anything that really resonated with me from an audio standpoint. I did like hearing John though do Shockwave.
Yeah, like
I wouldn't have guessed it was him.
And Soundwave.
Yeah, until I saw that was said, I wouldn't have guessed it was him. In all honesty.
Yeah,
which is
I'm
good.
I'm kind of glad they did get him. Like, I think I can hear him in the Optimus Prime message at one point.
Really? Because
I think I heard
he is in the trailer's message. Because we talked about that when we saw that initial trailer. I don't know. I heard him during the actual film's.
I was listening
version.
for it though.
Okay.
The second time I went, I was listening for it.
Oh yeah, you've seen it twice, haven't you?
I think it actually got better the second time.
Yeah, I can see that.
And like I heard him on a podcast, and he was saying like I recorded a bunch of stuff for he filled in for a lot of stuff
right
on set. So he did like fill in lines for Optimus that were used and some of them were used in the early trailers.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So, but I swear I could hear a bit where it sounded like they mixed him in there to add a bit of weirdness to the voice because it's supposed to sound broken at the time.
You know what would be bad if they then had this would be a thing I wouldn't like if they had Shockwave or Soundwave in the future, not voiced by him, because it would be an inconsistency.
I'd really like to see, because I'd love Shockwave to be a big part of this for a while. So I'd like to see him like play it up. Did you see the little like mini meme that was going around?
I don't think
so. Which was
there's like when
Optimus shows up and the Seekers are attacking him. and he grabs Thundercracker and just slams him into the ground head
Is that
first.
Thundercracker?
They've confirmed if it looks like them, it is them.
I'll be honest with you, because all Seekers
But there
look the same.
there was a big blue one with red stripes in the wings.
I honestly didn't notice, but I'll take your word for it.
But he's also in the trailers, which is how I was able to confirm.
Okay.
But like Skywarp is in a scene as well, and Acid Storm's in there, and Dirge.
I'm not shocked. That makes sense.
But he just grabs Thundercracker and slams him into the ground, and just like the mini meme was like a heroic inverted commas Autobot leader grabs well-known award-winning writer director and assaults him. Just like, yes.
I like that.
Yeah, but no, I'm still gonna do a podcast on that at some point. I just have to set it up really when I've got the energy and the time and everything else.
Wangle some people together.
Wingle wangle.
Yep, because we've still got to do a comic show this week and a Gridman show.
Yes, I was going to talk about that after the show.
Oh my god. I don't think I have anything else I want to say on Bumblebee until a show comes out about it. It's enjoyable. I wasn't mind blown away by it. I think a lot more people have enjoyed it more so than I did, and that's fine. But it's not garbage. It's enjoyable, which is nice to say.
Yeah,
I didn't hate myself coming out of it.
Yeah, like I said the first time, coming out and hear like people in like really thick, chavvy Irish accents going like "fucking Peter Cullen, mate."
That's weird.
Yeah. And it's just like, what was it? Oh, yeah, boy, that was Peter Cullen, boy. Fantastic fucking voice actor, mate. Fantastic fucking voice actor.
What else has he voiced? That's what you asked. What else has he voiced?
But I think I actually, like, there was someone else just, like saying, like, oh, best movie of the year, best fucking movie of the year. And it's those really, really, like, you're in Ireland, everyone swears casually thing that make you go, like, this never happened in any of the other films. Because I came out to those films and no one would say anything.
The
children would be talking, but no adults would be saying anything.
I didn't stick around though for to see if there was any. I didn't stick around to see if there was any after the credits scenes. It didn't seem like there was, so that was good. I needed to pee super bad. But the problem was, obviously, when you come out of the cinema, there's always a massive line for the toilets. I'm like, shit, I gotta drive home real fast now. Time to bring the speed limit a little bit. Yeah, there you go. That's I guess that's the show for this week, Mr. Mikey. Because I don't think I've done any. Oh, I've been viewing new computers as well, as I had the horrible realization that my computer, for the most part, apart from its graphics card, is about 10 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and on a Monday when I edit the podcast and render it, it takes a while to render it. So I'm not doing a massive RAM upgrade with it. It'd be like going from 8 to 16, but that would definitely help the process of editing videos and the podcast in general out, and would leave me stranded just looking at a progress bar for hours. So I'm thinking maybe next week I'll be buying it.
Cool. Just
to get it out of the way with be proactive and whatnot, rather than be like, oh, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't. Just do it. So that'll be something, hopefully. Yeah, that's it then, Mikey. Yeah. What you want to say then for the end of the show? Where can people find you? That stuff.
You can find me on Twitter as Irish Palo. You can find me on YouTube as EvilV3. You can contact us with feedback, which I didn't have any this week, on the Moonbase 2 email address. That's themoonbase2@gmail.com. We'll also have something on Twitter, which is at themoonbase2. You are free to message us there. You can also message us on Patreon if you are a patron. Yay. We love having feedback. It gives us something to talk to, especially in these shows where nothing happened. Yeah, Andy, what about you?
We did have a message sent to us by Tento Man.
Tento Man strikes again?
Tento Man 4. So, did Mikey say you were
I like
going...
Tento Man more.
Tento Man.
He was a Tento Man. He's now a Tento Man.
Pikachu, yo. Yep. So, did Mikey say you were going to review Fred Perry porn? Because that would be pretty. That would be pretty. New line, hey, what's that
I don't want
smell?
to review the porn. I would be tempted to review that Transformers issue that he did.
He seems to suggest someone's going to knock him out and he's going to wake up inside a dumpster. But it's okay because he already lives there.
Oh dear. But I would like to. I would like not to actually do the porn. I just don't know how does one review porn. The angles and the light shafts he's using here are just phenomenal.
I imagine not with self-respect. That's how one reviews porn.
I know there is a female YouTuber who is like the porn reviewer. I have seen that.
Is she a porn reviewer, or because I know there's a lady who is in porn or does porn who also talks about nerd stuff like toys and stuff.
What's her name again? Oh, I'm going to double check that because she did a Godzilla DVD review, which was slightly awkward, but it was just it was wholesome. It was just because she had this really earnest look in her face, and she's 42.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
It was just you have been a hidden nerd for a very long time, young lady.
Oh, good for her to be
Tanya Tate, that's her name.
Yes, yeah, I've heard of her.
And she's a big cosplayer as well.
Of course.
And oh my god, she is lady, you own too many toys.
I don't think that's true.
She owns
Mikey, you can't say that to people who listen to this show, because I'm sure
she owns a lot of pop vinyls.
Okay. You own too many pop vinyls. I already know this because you own pop vinyls. Subsequently, you own too many. Mikey, you own too many pop vinyls.
I'm trying to get rid of them.
Gruff owns too many pop vinyls.
Everyone owns too many Gruffs, but Abby owns too many Gruffs.
That's true.
But Disco Skeletor vinyl figure review. No, Tanya. No. No. Oh god, she got her own action figure.
Oh.
She commissioned her own action figure of herself.
Oh, okay. It's not like someone made it for her. Okay.
I think she's selling them. I'm not buying one. I'm not familiar enough with her work to buy it.
No, that'd be weird.
But yeah, so I will not be reviewing porn anytime soon. I just don't know what to say about it. Is it good if you can make it through a whole porn movie, or is it bad?
I guess it depends why you're watching a porn in the first place. What's your end goal? Is your end goal to be entertained by a story? Or is your end goal a different end goal?
Don't know. I'm still scrolling through things. She's just got one photo here. In the background, it's a lot of Power Girl merchandise, so thumbs up there. But it's she's holding a box set of Doctor Who figures and wearing a t-shirt that says, "My boyfriend's a Time Lord." Oh, she's such a friggin' nerd. She's such a fairly attractive friggin' nerd.
Yeah.
I love it.
Unicorns.
It's just I bet she's had to deal with a lot of dicks in her life. You're just haha, you have sex for money. And it's just listen, I've made a lot of money. Mm-hmm. I'm using that money to buy toys, DVDs, and t-shirts that make me look incredibly, incredibly nerdy. She's doing something right with her life, one way or the other.
Mm-hmm. Right, you can find me on Twitter and just Twitter, not Tumblr, just Twitter at CCTFW, on YouTube as Cobra Commander TFW. You can find this podcast on the Moonbase 2 forums, so on Twitter, iTunes, Facebook, and Libsyn, and YouTube as Transformers Moonbase 2 Transformers Podcast. And you can head over to patreon.com/moonbase2, do $2 each month, and you get the extended version of From the Files of Teltron 2. You also get Moonbase Woo Woo, and also anything that we do extra early and whatnot. And you can find my nonsense and woo woo on the ccbunker.weebly.com. So that's it, Mikey. Yes, there. Yeah. So thank you guys for listening. It's been a quickie this week, but that's how it do sometimes. That's how it do.
She's also got one of herself in a She-Ra t-shirt that says "Girl Tower."
Tower or power?
Girl Tower.
Why tower?
I think it's Tower of Power. Also, She-Ra's huge.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. All right. We'll see you next week, people.
She's such a friggin' nerd. She's such a nerd. Oh, God.
You are now leaving Moonbase 2.